Hey there, it's Carol J. Dunlop, your online WOW strategist. Hold up a second to make sure that my sound is good. I'm coming on by myself tonight because my partner, Melissa, had a speaking engagement and I don't think she made it back in time. So, hey, the show goes on, right? You got to do what you got to do. So, I'm glad that you're here. And whether you're listening to this live or you're listening to it on the on demand replay, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, your busy evening to learn about events. Now, I'm not going to do the actual event part that she has, but I'm going to talk about how to, the thing that we're talking about tonight, or I'm talking about, is easy decor and decorating your event. So I'm going to talk about how you market your event using your decor as the source for what you're marketing. So thanks for tuning in. And I have my thing here and make sure I can see what's going on. And I'm looking at it in the group. There we go. Awesome sauce. So if you comment, I will be able to see your comments. So thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. And if you don't know, you've been under a rock, right? I'm Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist and Amazon #1 international bestselling author for my book, Unmarket Your Business. My part is all about marketing. And Melissa and I put this event together, this 4-day event, and I'm keeping it on track because that's what happens when you do events, when you do whatever. You got to keep it on track. You got to keep things going. Sometimes it's up to just you or you and your team to manage things so that things keep rolling. You never know what's going on behind the scene, what's happening, what's going on, but it's not for your guests or your attendees to know. It's for you to know and just keep rolling. So Melissa is going to come in probably tomorrow and do her part about easy decor, because the whole thing is about marketing your event with zero stress. And I'm going to talk about how to use your decor to market your event. So basically, you want to have people who are coming to your event to catch the feeling. You want to market the experience that they're going to have when they attend your event. Now, I've attended several events, seminars, workshops, networking meetings, and all that this year in particular. And I know, and I'm on the board of a couple of different groups. And I know when we're talking about, who the speaker is going to be and what the food is going to be and all that, we've had some comments that say, hey, I don't want to pay $40 for. I'm not paying $40 for a lunch. That's just crazy. Well, the thing is, you don't want people to think about how much they're going to pay for whatever it is you're doing. You want them to think about what they're going to get out of whatever you're doing, because it's not just about the lunch or the breakfast or the dinner or the brunch or whatever the food you're serving. They're paying for the experience of coming to your event, and you have to make them feel that way when you're marketing it. How do you do that? Pictures, and if you don't, definitely have pictures of the event space so you can show it off and show people what it's going to look like, and tell them about, the parking is going to be easy, or the parking is going to be paid, or you're going to have valet parking. Whatever you're going to have when they physically get there, you don't want them to have to guess at things. So you're marketing the experience. What is the experience? Put yourself in your attendee shoes so you can know what they're going to feel like when they get there, when they're on their way. Are they going to be in traffic? Is your event going to be in the middle of traffic? Are there other events going on? Like Atlanta, we always got a lot of stuff going on. Like yesterday, we had the Falcons game going on. There's always something else. We have the basketball team, we have the football team, we did have a hockey team, we have some minor league hockey stuff. So there's always stuff going on, plus the individual things that people are doing. So there's always things going on. There's always streets that are closed off. There's always parking. So you got to think about that whole thing. And for yourself, if parking is going to be a bear for people, you need to kind of soften the blow for them. Tell them it's paid parking, or it's not paid parking, it's free parking. And if it is paid, how much it's going to be, what they have to do. Or maybe instead of having paid parking, you've made arrangements so they can have valet parking. So that's one thing that they don't have to even worry about. So that's going to be in your copy. We're going to have valet parking. I know when I went to Eugenia Trailblazer Ruckers gala, which was awesome. Her one of her major selling pieces was there's going to be valet parking for you. And it was so good that it was valet because it was right off the street and there really wasn't anywhere to park. So you just pulled your car up and the valet person came out, took your keys and went off and parked the thing and you just took yourself in your little dress and went on in. That was such a non-headache thing. It was great. It was awesome. I'm so glad she did that. There are other events that are going to have free parking, or you can't have free parking everywhere, so you might have to pay. But you got to let people know. What about the inside of the event? What about the decor of the event or the experience you're trying to create? And I know for me, I remember very well when I went to Pamela Bruner's event, the first time I was associated with her and went to one of her events in 2016. When I walked into the conference room, the lights were dim, there were candles on the table. She had dark tablecloths on the table, and she had this little notebook. And the music that was playing was just totally soothing, and it was just an awesome experience right from the get go, right from the time that you walked out from the street, you parked your car and you walked in from the actual hotel lobby into her event. You felt like the name of the event was Transform, and you felt like you were transformed. You felt like you had entered into just a really soothing, awesome place where you knew that you knew you were going to get something. Even if you had never been to an event before, you knew you were going to get something out of this that was going to be exponential. And you were like, oh, wow, this is going to be great. So you want to offer experiential. You want to market your event experientially, if that's even a word or a phrase or whatever. And you want to draw people in to what you're getting ready to do. And you want to make sure they understand every little piece, how much they're going to benefit from it. So that's what you're selling. You're selling the benefits. And all this is in your copy, it's in your fonts, it's in your colors, it's in your pictures, of course. It's even in the layout of the flyer that you create. What are you creating with the flyer? If it's an elegant event, you want to create that elegance with your fonts and with your words and with, the graphics that you use. If it's a fun and sparkly, maybe it's a baby shower that you're having. Of course, you want to have a cute little baby. Everybody's laughing and joking and bright colors. And, even if it's adults that are mainly attending it, people want to feel like, hey, we're going to a baby shower, not a funeral, right? So we want it peppy and up and, exciting all the way around. So really draw them in. Draw them in with your copy that you write. And if you say, Carol, I don't even know how to write copy, well, you need to go out and look at some other invitations. Just look on the web for whatever kind of event you're putting on, or it's a seminar, or it's a workshop, it's a breast cancer awareness event, whatever. Just Google that exact heading, put it in Google or Bing or Yahoo, and say events, and then go to the images. You know how it shows you everything that's on the web, it shows you articles and stuff. Go to the images. That way you can see what people have put out there, and you can see what draws you in, what colors draw you in, what graphics draw you in, what fonts draw you in. And that's what you want to kind of duplicate for the stuff that you're going to put out there for yourself. If you want it to feel elegant, what gives you that elegant feel? And then once you come up with something, or get your graphic designer or your fiber person or whatever, whoever's going to design it, then you want to make sure that you communicate with them. This is what the event is going to be about. This is the outcome I want for the event. This is what people are going to do, so that they can know exactly what you're feeling. Because as an artist, most of us are pretty intuitive, and I always ask my clients, what is this thing about? What are you doing? What are you feeling about? What do you want people to walk away with it? How long have you been doing this? How much money have you put into it? How much time, how much effort, how much brain power? I want to know all those things, because that helps me to walk in your shoes when I'm designing something. And so you want to do that same thing for a designer that's doing your thing for you. You want to make sure that they know exactly what you're feeling, right? You want them to experience it. You want to talk about it like you're just going off into a Zen moment in a cloud, and then you relaying that message to them. Because guess what? When they design that flyer, or when you tell them the words that you want, the people who are reading it are going to go off into a Zen moment. a happy moment, a expectation moment, and they're going to want to pay whatever you're talking about paying to get to this event because they're going to experience what you're telling them. They're going to experience the benefits of coming to this coming to this event. Say for instance, if everybody else is having chicken, everybody else is having rubber chicken. Yours is not a rubber chicken thing. Maybe you're having salmon. Maybe you're having a potluck. Maybe it's homemade something or other. You know, whatever the thing that makes you stand out, makes you different, makes you a little bit more out there than something that somebody else is doing, you know, highlight that. Highlight that in pictures. If you've done past events, show pictures of past events. If this is your first event you're putting on, then find pictures of happy, smiley people that, you know, look like they're learning or whatever, because a graphic is going to actually communicate more than 1,000 words would. So you want to make sure that you have the right graphics. You want to make sure you have the right colors. You want to have your brand colors in there too, but you also want to have the colors that are going to emote the feelings that you want people to feel when they look at your flyer. And just think, for instance, just close your eyes, for instance, and you open your eyes, and now you're looking at a fuzzy little kitten, and you're like, oh, that is so sweet. That's the emotion that that picture brings to you. Or two little puppies, oh, so sweet. So you want to think about the feeling that you're getting people to feel when they look at your graphics, when they read your copy, when they look at your colors, and when they think about your event overall, the whole experience of your event. It's not just that you're having this one of a kind, got to be their thing. If it's boring copy, nobody's coming. If the graphics aren't on point, nobody's coming. If it's one of those things like, okay, I could go to this every other day and be okay with it, nobody's coming. You know, that's just the reality of it. So you got to make it stand out. You know, cute little words, rhymey things, colors, stuff that makes it stand out for the person. So you think about it, and that's what I'm going to leave you with. Make sure that you communicate how you want them to feel when they see, hear, or experience your marketing all around. Even if you're going on the radio and you're talking about this grand, awesome event that you're doing, it's first of its kind, and there's going to be such and such and such and such and such and such there, and you can't miss it. You want that person who's listening on the other side to say, oh my God, I got to get, you know, what's the link? Where do I click? What do I do right now? I got to get there. So it doesn't matter if they're listening to what you're saying, if they're reading what you wrote, if they're looking at your video and experiencing it, or if they're looking at graphics. You have to sell the whole entire experience from beginning to end. What are they going to get out of this thing? Why should I get up out of my bed, get dressed, leave my house, fight traffic, and come to this thing? Or if you're doing something that's online, still, why should I get out of my bed, turn on my TV? I mean, not my TV. Well, maybe my TV, but my computer and watch what you're doing. Why? You have to give them a reason. Give them that experience. Make sure you experience it. And if you need some help with that, hey, that's what the group is here for. If you're putting on an event and you're not quite sure what your flyer looks like or the words or whatever the headline, post it in the group and let us look it over, because we're all better at running other people's business than we usually are our own, right? So get us to help you, you know, put that out there like you want it to be put out there. And so that we can help you, all of us together. You know, there's over 300 and something of us, so we can, you know, comment on something, give you some pointers, and help you make the best of it. And then we want you to come back and tell us how awesome it was, right? So if you need some help further than that, you're like, Carol, I just don't know about this marketing thing. I'm really stuck. Then, hey, go ahead and get an online wow session with me. So you can get that by going to csicorporation.com/online wow. We'll take 45 minutes out. It's absolutely free session, and I'll look at your social media, I'll look at your website, look at what you're doing, and we'll come up with a plan that'll help you actually market that thing so it will be successful, and you won't have to be looking like this at the end of the event. You'll be like, yay, I did that event, I did that, that's awesome. So thanks for tuning in, whether you're tuning in live or whether you're watching on the replay. Thank you so much. This has been part 2 of how to market your event with zero stress. because nobody likes to be stressed out. And hopefully, fingers crossed, that Melissa is going to be able to come on between now and tomorrow before we meet tomorrow night again and give you her part of the Easy Decor. I'm really, really looking forward to that. So please put your comments below and let me know what's your next event. What decor issues are you having, and let's help us all help you solve that problem. All right, everyone, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.